Hello! Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Tianshi Club. How are y'all doing today? So now, hello A-Fox! On a scale of 1 to 10, how chimpanzee are you today? Oh, that's a good question. I don't think I'm very chimpanzee. I'm just monkey. Just monkey. Ohayo, Nao-san. Ohayo, Iniki-san. Tianshi senpai. Senpai. Monkey-kun. Monkey-chan. Monkey to no monkey. Hello. Welcome. Anything is fine. All of those are fine. Maybe not monkey to no. I'm not that important. Just regular monkey. Monkeys? Why do you say that, A-Fox? Buenos dias, mi amiga. Ah, hello, White Bears. Welcome. Yo, monkey. Hello, mongoose. 勉強しよう。はい、勉強します。Also, hello, mongoose. Did I say that already? Pino, what's up? Hello, Satter. Hello. Not much. Let me think. What is up with monkey? Monkey is... I am monkey. I guess I was feeling a little bit sleepy earlier today. I've been a sleepy week. Now I am here because I want to talk with all of you and chat and have fun together. How about you? Anything up with you? What is Tono used for? I never understood. I only remember characters like butlers and elders using it. That's a good way to put it. Usually it's respectful, kind of like Lord, I guess. Often it means like a little bit like sama, except more old-fashioned. Tono is like sir. Ah, that's also a good way to put it. It's like sir. What's up with monkey? Monkey feels very monkey. It's true. I am very monkey too. Like bird bus every time Nao says Among Us. It sounds like she's saying Among Us. It cracks me up every time. Oh really? I hadn't realized. You might be right, A-Fox. You might be right. I am used to it. I guess it happens a lot, huh? Oh dear. I apologize for my strange pronunciation. And why can't I use respectful towards you? We all want respect and love monkey. Vicky. I mean, if you really want to, Hinky, if it makes you happy, I guess it's okay. But I don't think monkey is that important. It's very important. I prefer more casual, cause the thing about when you're really formal with someone in Japanese. Excuse me. When you're very formal with someone in Japanese, it's polite and professional, but it can feel a little bit distant, you know? Can feel like, oh, we're not that good friends, you know? I respect you. And so, it's kind of nice when it's a little less formal and a little more casual. It feels cozy. I've been well. Oh, glad to hear it! Listening to more movie analysis. Ah, and losing my mind over Splatoon 3 and Goku Fort. Oh, I did not know there is a Splatoon 3. Or what Goku has to do with Fortnite, but I'm glad you're excited for it. In a way, using no honorific is a sign of mutual respect. Of course, you have to read the situation, right? If you use no honorific with someone who you're not that close to, then it's a sign of being rude, because you're acting like they're not someone you have to be respectful or polite to. But if it's someone you are close to, then if you use no honorific, it's a signal of we're casual, we're close, isn't that nice? And if you do use an honorific, sometimes it can end up feeling rude in the other way, like, ugh, I don't think we're that close. I'm just gonna address you as like Mr. Monkey. Something like that. So I guess it really depends on the person-to-person relationship. Must have paid over $9,000 for that one, Saturn. Oh? For what? What? I had to make a wish. Oh. IDK, you're a god after all. I mean, just a minor god. I'm only a minor god. I suppose technically that does make Dono or Sama a appropriate honorific. I can't argue with that one, I guess, because even if you're best friends with the Emperor, I'm pretty sure you still have to use a formal honorific with him. But I'm not the Emperor. I'm just a monkey. just your typical local monkey god. Everything takes longer to say when formal. It's true. That's how you know how formal something is. Is it longer? Probably more formal. Monkey saying in 3 seconds, a minor coming. It's true though, just a minor coming. It's true. Splatoon 3 is really close to release, and I'm super excited. Oh! And Goku just got added to Fortnite, and as a consequence, has become just absurd enough I can't help but enjoy it. Oh, I see. I don't know too much about Fortnite, because that's one of those first-person shooter type games, right? So I haven't really played it or anything, but I do hear they add a lot of characters, I guess, so that's cool. Goku, like, from Dragon Ball? Son Goku is actually how you say Sun Wukong in Japanese. Call me crazy, but I'm not that hyped for Splatoon 3. The problem is that I don't think there is enough content to justify a sequel on the same console generation. Oh, interesting. I guess we'll have to see. Monkey feels like I'm learning so much about the game industry from all of you. What's hype, what's not, what seems like the right release schedule, and all sorts of things. Alright, so Monkey said that we might do some Duolingo today, right? So let me see if I can get that pulled up on screen. Oh! Wow. Let's just let this song finish first. Swinging in the jungle hype. Actually, even if I don't let the song finish first, it'll keep playing, because I'm planning to play music on top of the Duolingo. But it just feels like, let's not cut it in half with the transition screen, huh? I guess it keeps playing through the transition screen too, now that I think about it. I hadn't thought about it, but it does. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. and still looks very unfleshed out, the multiplayer is probably gonna be good, but Nintendo Online. But if the campaign is better than Octo expansion, then I'll be happy. Oh, what is a salmon run? Uh-oh, it's my trash song. Cookie, it's our trash song. Just kidding. Your song is wonderful, actually. I really enjoy it. My playing has improved, I swear. Really? That's exciting, A-Fox, because I thought that was pretty darn cool already. It'd be really cool to hear more of you playing. I occasionally help JP VTubers in their English learning. Oddly proud of that. Oh, that's cool, that's cool. There's no reason not to be proud of that. That's a lot of fun. I like that kind of thing too. Mongoose, are you fluent in Japanese? Oh, let me transition now also. Yadang! Alright. That'll do, that'll do. No, hello. Good luck lingoing. Hello, Best Squid. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Also, gotta love how it's by Cookie Crumbs Games. Well, that was your handle back when you wrote it, A-Fox. Would you prefer if I updated it to your current handle? Just let me know. It's time to duo some lingos. Yeah. Let's duo those lingos. It says launch next lesson, so maybe we can just do that. That seems straightforward, right? Self-taught mostly. A few formal lessons, but mostly just listening really hard. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Do you have any plans to go to Japan, and or have you been in Japan before? Of course, only if you feel like answering. Okay, lunch. Why not? I don't know what the lesson is though. Oh, how's the volume, by the way? It's okay? ガスを消してください. Oh, we gotta change the setting again. Here we go. I don't know what this chapter is, so we're... Oh, actually, it says up in the, I don't think you can see it, but it says up in the URL bar here. Ecology. Ecology 6. Okay. Anyways though, I've just spent all day planning my most hype for game of 2022. Oh, playing. Oh! And I can safely say it's incredible. It's basically a Souls-like that takes place during an 1800 century Lovecraft horror. So it's basically Bloodborne too, and it doesn't disappoint. Oh, what's this one called, A-Fox? Visited once. They can't afford to go very often, and they still aren't open to foreigners yet. That's true, that's true. It's difficult times, unfortunately. Well, good luck though, Mongoose. I believe in you. Things will shake out, I'm sure. Alright, let's see. ガスを消してください. Does that mean turn off the gas? Turn off the gas, please. Please turn off the gas.
彼女は石油会社に勤めている。
彼女は石油会社に勤めている。石油 means stone oil.
彼女は石油会社に勤めている。
石油会社に勤めている。What is a stone oil? Gotta be like a gasoline company? It's called Thymesia. I've mentioned it before. The combat is Incredibly engaging. Oh, I see. Sekiyu, stone oil, petroleum. Oh. Wait, is it a long U? It looks like a short U here. But maybe that's because it's a compound word or cut off?
石油
Sekiyu. She works for a petrol company. She is working for an oil company. Ah, what is this face? Petrol is a perfectly acceptable word for oil. Petrol is... I think should be accepted. She works for. She is working for. That could also be what they're taking... what's the word? Issue with? But I think both kind of work in English. They both mean present tense. Presently is currently in the process of working at. Even if it's not the one-to-one. Oh, gotcha. Thank you for the clarification. Basically, there are two types of attacks: basic and claw attack. Enemies have two health bars. One you have to use basic attacks on, which are quick slices, and the use claw, which are slow and chargeable. Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm not sure if I've ever seen something where they have two different kinds of health bars. Oh. Alright. Okay, continue.
カナダは石油資源が豊かだ。
カナダは石油資源が豊かだ。Okay, so 石油資源 I think we learned last time, but now I forget what it means. Something like environment. が豊かだ。So 資源 resources. Okay. Okay, I'll try to remember that. 資源 and 豊か. Oh, has a lot. Rich in, abundant in. Oh. So Canada has a lot. It is rich in oil, I guess they want to say, resources. カナダは石油資源が豊かだ。Is that true? I did not know this. The best thing about it, though, are the fully charged claw attacks. When you hit an enemy with one, you learn their attack. E.g., if an enemy has a spear and you hit them with it, you can attack them with it. Oh, sounds very dynamic. Interesting. I think they found a lot of oil during the Yukon Gold Rush. Oh, I see. Interesting. So it was a gold rush and an oil rush? Monkey doesn't know much about the Yukon or Yukon Gold, except that the Yukon Gold potato is Monkey's favorite potato. You might wonder why Monkey has a favorite potato. Don't worry about it. It's just the tastiest potato, okay?
ほとんど信じられなかった。
ほとんど信じられなかった。信じられなかった。I should know what this means. So like, don't worry? Didn't worry? 信じられなかった。
信じられなかった。
Oh, to believe. 信じる maybe? 信じられなかった。ほとんど信じられなかった。There's a lot of conjugation to piece apart, but I think it means I'm mostly unable to believe. I mostly didn't believe it. Something like that. Hotondo is a kind of like almost.
ほとんど
Hardly. ほとんど信
信じられなかった
信じられなかった。So I almost didn't believe it. I almost couldn't believe it. Uh, ほとんど信じられなかった。I could hardly believe it. ほとんど信じられなかった。Oh, okay. I understand, I think. 信じる Hit the same type of enemy with it enough to permanently learn the attack and equip it on cooldown, and these weapons known as plague weapons are insanely diverse. Swords, bows, twin blades, tentacles. Oh, I see. For the monkey, the real goal is potatoes. It's true. Also, hello, Cuckoo. Also, hello, Cuckoo. How are you doing? You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Cuckoo. The real goal for monkey is potatoes. 信じる is to believe. 信じられる is to be able to. Yeah, られる form. I always can't quite figure out how to do it correctly. I kind of know, but I don't have a lot of practice with it. And then 信じられる and then なかった so negated form 信じられない and then past tense form 信じられなかった。It's a lot of conjugation for a monkey who grew up with languages that mostly have no conjugation. 信じる I do know this one. It's like 私に信じるSomething like that. Yeah, I gotta remember that. And the other thing I love about the combat is the defensive options. You can parry and dodge, so you no matter how you play Souls games, you will feel right at home. Oh, you can do the old Dark Souls way of getting a couple hits and dodging back off, or getting up in the enemy's face and non-stop parry and hit them. Oh, I see. Conjugation was always super difficult for me when I was speaking Spanish. Yeah, Latin languages are like that too. That's how I started to feel after learning a little bit of Portuguese. At first I was like, okay, I can do this. I got this. And then eventually, I don't got this. I tried doing some Duolingo Portuguese, and I just always had the conjugation tables up all the time. That's one reason why I would say a lot of people are intimidated by Chinese if you're coming from English, because the sounds are pretty different. And it's true that if you don't have an ear for tones, it'll be something you need to pick up on eventually. You need to practice. But aside from that, the grammar is way easier. It's very similar in Monkey's opinion to English, so you pick it up pretty readily, I think. No conjugations at all. Monkey を信じるのモングースを信じるんだ。そうですかI still need to watch that anime. But I will take your advice, Mongoose. モンキーを信じるのモングースを信じるんだ。信じます Can I say that? 信じます Is a new verb, right? 신지를, 신지마스, probably. The phrase that stuck with me most is Nosotros no hablamos, lo siento. Nosotros no hablamos, lo siento. Oh, do I remember anything about what that means? Nosotros no hablamos, lo siento. So, I can't say anything else, sorry? Is that what that means? What happens to tone-deaf people in China? They die. As children, they just perish. Just kidding. Being tone-deaf is a little bit different from grammatical tone. Grammatical tone is about the rise and fall of the voice as you're speaking. Whereas tone-deaf, musically, refers to the ability to match pitch. And so, it is possible that there's a correlation there, but it's typically more of a relative pitch sort of situation where you can't really go off key. So it becomes more of a habit, right? It's like I think so for example, the 4 tones of Mandarin, I guess 4.5 tones of Mandarin, using the syllable, let's go with ma because it's a common one. So the 4 tones are ma, 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 and then ma, ma as just a short ma in some cases. And so it doesn't really matter whether you say it in a high voice or a low voice or where you really start, so long as relative to yourself, the general changes in pitch are about the same. Then people will be able to understand you. I imagine it must be harder for speakers of Cantonese, because Cantonese has like 7 to 9 tones depending on how you say count them, and some of those tones are actually pitch tones. So in Mandarin, the only flat tone, the only tone that does not change pitch in the course of its pronunciation is ma, just ma, and it's kind of a higher pitch, but you know, you don't really think about it. But in Cantonese, which Monkey doesn't really know very well, so I would not take this as an actual example, but more like Monkey's approximation of example. There are at least 2 or 3 flat tone pitches, so ma and ma would be different. Ma, ma, ma would all be different, and you'd have to just catch it in the course of the speech itself, to guess based on relative pitch what people are talking about. It's kind of like how you know the key of a song based on its first note, or kind of based on its first phrase. You can kind of tell the key of a song. Monkey's not that good, but I know some musicians can do that. And from there, you can kind of tell what everything else is, if you have the skill. And if you've been growing up with this, like babies are very good at picking up language. And so if you grow up with this, it's the kind of thing that happens unconsciously. Like if you ask someone who speaks Chinese natively how many tones they have and what they are, they might not be able to tell you actually. It's mostly second language speakers who know all the tones and what the numbers are supposed to be. That or grammar geeks. I guess Monkey's a bit of a grammar geek. Plus, the bosses and areas are sick and bursting with creativity. The first area is literally a circus treehouse with fat clowns with hammers. Like, come on. Oh, interesting. I know, son. Ah, Inaho, welcome. Why, Tachibana-san. What do you prefer? Inaho-san? Tachibana-san? Hello, welcome. Yeah, shinjimasu is correct. Oh, thank you, Mongoose. Thank you. Shinjimasu. As much as I'm praising this game, and I believe it's a true 10 out of 10, there's one issue: performance. Oh, I know it is an indie game, however. I'm playing on PS5 at 120 FPS, and the frames can drop as low as 30, even 12. Oh, that seems hard in a game where you gotta react, huh? Like reaction time matters? I don't speak Spanish. Sorry. This is an important one. Shatter. I understand. You can tell a little bit about the context in which Monkey learned different languages based on what phrases I have stuck with Monkey. Like, for Portuguese, I have O banheiro é onde? I think. O banheiro é onde? Which means, where is the bathroom? And obrigada. Thank you. In German, my best phrase is es ist mir zu kalt. It is too cold for me. Es ist mir zu kalt. My best Chinese phrase, unfortunately, is 对不起，我不会说中文. Which means sorry, I don't speak Chinese. But I've practiced it so much that the moment I say it, everyone's like, oh, you clearly speak Chinese. Don't be humble. You know, I really mean it. Japanese. I don't know what I would say my best phrase is in Japanese, because I'm currently learning Japanese, so it's kind of hard to analyze what is my best phrase when I'm in the process of learning new ones all the time. Maybe something like ありがとうございます. I say that one pretty readily these days. ありがとうございます. Which is a relatively formal way of saying thank you. Which I'm sure you guys are familiar with. ありがとうございます. Does Monkey know other languages? I mean, English is also a hard one because I'm technically fluent in it. I don't know might be my best English phrase. Or, well, actually. Is Monkey a well, actually monkey? It's possible. Does Monkey know other languages? I can sing in maybe a couple other languages, but I don't know them well enough to have phrases, I think. Plus, enemies sometimes get clipped through walls. Uh-oh! And you can easily get soft locked sometimes. Uh-oh! That is my only complaint. Truly an indie gem, and it surpassed my expectations. Oh, well that's nice. That's great, A-Fox. Sorry for rambling. Anyways, back to Duolingoing. Yeah, that's alright. No problem. Duolingoing. Yeah, that's happening. Ma. Yeah. Ma. Ma. Mama monkey. Mama monkey. Monkey. Rincewind from Discworld can scream in many languages. Oh, you have to, because if you aren't careful, you insult people by calling their mother a big pink hippo. I assume this is a reference that Monkey does not get. Since I can speak English pretty well, people ask me a lot of hard questions. Oh, hard questions? I've run out of ways to tell them I just speak the language. I don't know all the rules. Well, you know, Cuckoo, that's pretty good because, if you know the language and you know what is natural and stuff, you may not know the types of rules they put in grammar books, but you do know the types of rules about what the actual living language is like, right? It's just you might not know them consciously. That's something a lot of native speakers have to think about when you ask them a question. They have to think about what does something mean or not. And even if they are a language geek, sometimes they don't know for sure. And they have to go look it up. Monkey has that happen to me sometimes too. But but I find it kind of fun, I guess, to think about the intricacies of language and nuance and stuff, I guess. To be fair, Cuckoo, English is my first language and I still don't know all the rules. You may not think you know them, Shatter, but you know a lot of them implicitly. Like, the Great Green Dragon rule. Apparently, there is a sort of heuristical rule set in English of the order in which adjectives should be strung together when you're talking about something and you're just applying all of these adjectives. Like you start with number, and then there's color, and then size, and then title, and sort of that sort of thing. And Monkey couldn't tell you what the order is off the top of my head, but I could tell you what sounds right. Like the Great Green Dragon and the Green Great Dragon mean different things, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Same here with Spanish. Yeah. This is what happens when you are a native speaker. You just don't have to think about it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool, really, that babies have such a capacity for language. Mm-hmm. Mama Monkey dies of too cute. Eh? TVH, I've never really got mommy vibes from Monkey. She is more of a big sister, I think. Oh, I kinda like that. Monkey has a thing for siblings. I always really like siblings. So if I have big sibling vibe, I like that. Mm-hmm. First rule of English. If no one understands you, you have said nothing. First rule of language, I think, Mongoose. Mm-hmm. Any language exists purely for communication, right? And so, if it is not communicating, perhaps it is not language? It's an interesting philosophical question. And as long as it is understood, then perhaps it is proper language, no matter what you're saying, right? That's how you get pigeon dialects and such. Mm-hmm. This is Walgreens? What do you mean? Ah, hello, Cheesecake. Welcome. No, Aneki. Aneki? Oh, I see. I sound kinda badass if you say it that way. Monkey has a thing for siblings. Oh gosh, JK. Huh? Yeah? Monkey has a lot of siblings, and I've always enjoyed that, at least in my family, we all get along quite well. Mm-hmm. I know not every family is like that, but we all get along very well, and we're very close. And they mean a lot to me, so I've always grown up with a positive feelings towards siblings, and I like hearing stories about siblings who get along and things like that. Mm-hmm. The Duolingo owl is outside your house. Oh! Then he should come in, where it's comfy. Well, actually, no, it's comfy outside, too. Cheesecake. Getting impatient, isn't he? Are we making Duo wait too long? I'm sorry, Duo. I'm sorry. I promise I'll keep doing the lesson. Mm-hmm. Remember, Spanish or vanish now. Why Spanish or vanish? I I don't know. Seems important though. Is aneki the right word? I know there's ane, aneko, or one-chan, but I guess the context is important. Yeah, so ane, aneki and aniki are used in two contexts that Monkey is aware of. One is if you're talking about your own siblings to someone else in a polite situation, you might want to use aneki or aniki because it's the less formal term. And usually when you're talking about your own family, you want to use the less formal term. And when you're talking about other people's family, you want to use the more formal term. So you would say 私の姉貴 or 私の姉 and like シャートのお兄さん or 弟 I can't remember if your brother is older or younger than you. I apologize. However, using aneki and aniki is also used in certain specific contexts, like gangs. Gangs and delinquents. They have this brotherhood feeling, right? But they're also rough and tumble. So they use the sort of more cool way of talking. So if you're like yakuza or yankee or something, you can also use aniki, aneki. And then one-san, oni-san, just like anything else, can take multiple kinds of honorifics. So that's why you'll hear oni-san, oni-chan, oni-sama. That one maybe just in anime though. Or even just oni on its own. One on its own is more casual. Be your Japanese or fall on your knees. Oh, I'm starting to remember. I remember now, folks. We're being threatened. I know there's aneko or oni-chan, one-chan, but I guess I read that. At Shatter, aneki is the yakuza way of saying it. Aneue is very honorific. I guess, yeah, aneki is something the yakuza might say. But I believe you can still use it if you're in a relatively formal situation talking about your own sister. So I wonder if you would just say ane instead. Aneue though is very honorific. Anything with ue at the end is very honorific because it means up, like above. It means that sort of thing, like honored, I guess. Like hahaue, chichiue. Wait, that sounds kind of yabe. Oh, that's it? Gotcha. Aneki was the right one then. Oyabu no is on. No, I am just monkey. Just monkey. I'm the oldest of two younger brothers. Ah, I see. Oh, how cute! That's nice. Oh, maybe that's why Shatter gives off big brother vibes. I would like to have Shatter as a big brother. He seems like a good big brother. I do kind of wish I had siblings, but I do like chilling on my own. This is fair. Monkey has never known the life of an only child. I'm sure it's quite nice too. Now said one-chan. Is that something worth clipping? Someone is gonna put that on the Discord out of context. Eh? What do you mean? Why would that be? I don't understand the significance, but feel free, I guess. And that someone definitely won't be me. Oh, I see. Winky face. Wink. Yaksa comes from 893. Worthless 3 car cans in Oicho Habu. In context, means what? Good for nothing. Wait, really? Wait. Yaksa? 893 isn't just the goro awase that happened afterwards? The goro awase came first? Really? Is that true? Is that actually true? That's really cool, Mongoose. How did you learn this? Oh. Wow. That's cool to know. Yaksa. My favorite song. Oh, was that your favorite song, Chisuke? No, imoto. No. Shata oni-chan? Gotta go early today now. Oh, okay. Maybe see you later. Also, press continue. Okay, that's good. Okay. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Good luck with whatever it is you need to do. I'll see you soon, hopefully. I'll press continue. Okay, for you, I will press continue.
日本にはほとんど石油がありません。
Oh. I see. Yeah, 8 plus 9 plus 3 equals 20. Oito kabu only counts units, so it's worth 0. Oh. Oh, I see. I've never heard of Oicho Kabu, but I don't know a lot of card games in general. Thumbs up. Not sure I was ready for the Shatter Oni-chan no more. Shall I call you that from now on? Alright, let's listen to this one again. I almost caught it the first time.
日本にはほとんど石油がありません。
Okay. Oh, I need to switch keyboard. 日本にはほとんど石油ありません。
日本にはほとんど石油がありません。日本にはほとんど石油がありません。
日本にはほとんど石油がありません。In Japan, there is almost no oil. It's a card counting game with hanafuda. Oh! I've been meaning to learn some hanafuda games, but alas. Monkey doesn't know many games to begin with, so I guess kind of I do like what is it called? Yakuninisshu, that one. Hanafuda? Wait, hanafuda? No. Not hanafuda. What's the other one called? Oh my goodness, the one with the Yakuninisshu poems. Like Chihayafuru, that one. Chihayafuru. What is it called? It's, the word hanafuda is blocking my memory. It sounds something like that though. Karuta. I don't know why I thought they sound the same. They don't sound the same. Karuta. Oicho Kabu was a card game, right? Kind of like hanafuda. I learned from the Yakuza games where Oicho Kabu is a minigame. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh. Would that be Ishin Mongoose? Ishin? What's Ishin? Alright, continue.
ガスの火を弱くしてください。
ガスの火を弱くしてください。 弱くしてください。Please weaken the flame? The gas flame? Please turn down the gas flame? How do you say this in a way that is natural in English? Turn
火
down,
を
right?
弱くして。
ガスの火を弱くしてください。Please turn down the gas flame. You can't say that in English though. ガスの火を弱くしてください。Well, let's see what they say. Oh, they took it. Okay, sure. Please turn down the gas. Sounds good. There are also kabufuda just for that game. What are kabufuda? Kabufuda? Yakuza Isshin is a spin-off of the Yakuza series set in... I'm not sure which era of Japan, but you play as precursors to the Yakuza, I believe. Oh, interesting. There's also the spin-off where you play as Sakamoto Ryoma, so I might be getting them mixed up. I don't know who that is, unfortunately. But I see. Not sure if that's available to me. I've only played the main line. Haven't finished 6 yet. Oh, I see.
オーストラリアは天然資源が豊かだ。
オーストラリアは天然資源が豊かだ。天然資源 must be sky energy? That's gotta be solar energy?
天然
Oh, 天然. No, it's just natural. Natural energy. Natural resources. 天然. So, Australia is rich in natural resources. オーストラリアは天然資源が豊かだ。Oh, not too bad. I'm so excited I baked you a cake. 5 in a row. Oh, thank you. Do you like cake? Do I have a favorite cake? When I was a baby monkey, I would have said chocolate, because chocolate anything was automatically my favorite. Nowadays, I like all kinds of cakes though. I no longer have a favorite. That's the problem. You try too many good things and you no longer have a favorite. You have things that are favorites, multiple favorites, but not necessarily favorite. At least for monkey. Now sometimes I have favorites that I don't even realize I have until someone else tells me. Like ice cream or cheesecake. Sakamoto Ryoma was famous for brokering an alliance between warring clans. Oh, wow! Fancy. 虫 石油 I guess it makes sense that petrol is 石油. It's the type of oil that comes from rocks, I guess. 石油 What are these other ones though? Oh, this one was Yutaka. And so the rest we will match by context clues. Kyodai. Oh, this is Kyodai. Kyodai versus Kyodai is different though. Kyodai. We learned this one not too long ago. I'm gonna look it up again so I remember. Let's see. Kyodai just means big. Oh, like the elephant. Kyodai as opposed to kyodai, which is siblings, spelled differently. Kyodai. Okay, kyodai. Enormous. makes sense. It's big and big. The big.
巨大
Kyodai. And then this one is kagirare. Kagirare? Kagirare. Kagirare? Kagiru. Kagiru is to restrict, to limit, or to confine. So kagirare is to be able to the kagirareru passive. Passive form of confine. Oh, kagirareru.
限られ
Kagirare. Okay. He sold them on democracy by calling it a new dawn. Talented speaker. Oh, that's interesting. But democracy didn't really catch on until very recently in Japan, right? So was this a very recent thing? Or was it something that happened and then went away for a while? The ultimate language learning technique. Context clues. This is definitely true though. Definitely true. To be limited. Kagiru. Kagirareru. Passive versus active voice is something Monkey's still working on. It's a little bit tough, but I'll get there eventually. Around the end of the shogunate. That makes sense. Which is kind of funny because around the end of the shogunate, they also rallied around the emperor, so... Democracy / monarchy, I guess.
「体が痛くてご飯もほとんど食べることができなかった」
Oh no! No wonder she's unhappy. 体が痛くてご飯もほとんど食べることができなかった。Oh, that's so sad. Let's see. So, my body hurts, and I can hard. Well, I guess it's past tense. My body hurts, and I could hardly eat. Hardly eat a meal? Something like that? 体が痛くて、ご飯もほとんど食べることができなかった。I was hardly able to eat a meal? 体が痛くて、ご飯もほとんど食べることができなかった。Oh dear, I hope she feels better soon. Yeah, it is in the past tense, so maybe hopefully she already feels better even. My body was sore and I could hardly eat any food. Okay, I think this is the same. The answer should be accepted. Next time, my body was sore and I could hardly eat any food. This one is...
痛くて
Yeah, okay. Double check. Okay. Continue. Oh, this is Sekiyu. Sekiyu.
石油
And this one was Kyodai.
巨大
Kyodai. Oh, this is the one that means resources. Ishin, not Ishin. Shiken? Must be this one. Shiken. Oh, Shiken. I knew it was she something. Shiken.
資源
This is Yutaka.
豊か
And Kagirare.
限られ
Okay. hardly eat a meal could be taken to mean snacks were alright. But technically in Japanese she did say gohan mo. So technically they did say a meal. So my translation might have been more direct, I think.
石油は大切な天然資源です。
石油は大切な天然資源です。Oil is a precious natural resource. At least currently, I guess.
朝からほとんど何も食べていない。
朝からほとんど何も食べていない。Since morning, I have hardly eaten anything. 朝からほとんど何も食べていない。They have eaten almost nothing since the morning.
ロシアは天然ガス資源が豊かです。
ロシアは天然ガス資源が豊かです。So, for in Russia, 天然ガス資源 natural gas? 天然ガス natural gas resources are rich, I guess. So, Russia is rich in natural gas resources. Natural gas resources? Okay.
彼女は石油会社に勤めている。
彼女は石油会社に勤めている。Oh yeah, they don't like me using the word petrol. They should, but they don't. So we'll say she works for an oil company. Okay.
体が痛くてご飯もほとんど食べることができなかった。
Yeah, see, it says here, ご飯もほとんど食べることができなかった。Instead of saying just ほとんど食べることができなかった。The ご飯も made me think that they wanted me to say meal, but I guess they want me to leave it out. I'm not sure why. Either that, or they want me to say my body is sore rather than my body hurts. Let's see. My body hurt and I could hardly eat anything. Let's go with something like that. Yeah, they don't want me to say meal for some reason. Because the green owl is picky. It's true. But that's why I am doing my part by letting them know, flagging it when I think that they could be a little less restrictive. Sometimes Monkey is wrong, but sometimes Monkey will get responses later from Duo saying, we now accept your answer. Thank you for contributing. And then Monkey feels good. I'm helping. Continue. Skip food. I guess I'll equip it for free. I don't have an option. Sure. Why not? No. Congratulations! You finished number 14 and advanced to the Silver League. What is the Silver League? What is number 14? Lesson 14? Monkey can't count. This looks like more than 14 to me. But that's me. Yes, no. Don't know. I just continue. Suggested stories. That looks kind of fun though. Should we try some suggested stories? I never tried that before. Anyways, I'm asleep now. Have a nice day now. Okay, have a good sleep, A-Fox. Sweet dreams. And have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming. Silver. Monkey deserves at least a gold, thank you very much. A Yukon gold potato? That's okay, I am regular monkey. Silver monkey, I guess. What's this anyway? Suggested stories. Duolingo stories. Improve your reading, listening, and speaking with short stories. That seems fun. Well, gold for now, son. Well, thank you, thank you. Let's see, the passport. Dr. Eddie. Oh, he's a doctor! I didn't know that. A new coach. A new student. Junior's question. To the station. A vegetarian. Vacation clothes. A reservation. What do you want? Can I have it? Find my girlfriend. They wanted us to do something from set 3. Maybe that's a leveling thing? The basketball player. 2 tickets, please. Thanks. Dance class. There's quite a few of these. Let me think. Huh? Why don't we go for... go for one of the ones they suggested first, I guess. And then yeah, that's a place to start. Oh, there's more XP for this one. Oh, I see. The stories seem fun. Yeah, Monkey likes stories. Anta wa Ferrari じゃない。ホラーっぽい。ホラーっぽい。Wait, what's ホラーっぽい？ホラーっぽい。I am not Mary. Yes, I am monkey. What's ホラーっぽい。Alright, let's help find her girlfriend. Sounds like a horror story. Ah, ホラーっぽい. Oh, wait. Is there one here that says you are not Mary? It is! You are not Mary! You're right! ホラーっぽい. そうですね. A little bit, isn't it? I'm not going for the horror again. Let's go with the one they recommend, and then we can go back and forth from there. We'll start here. 16 Oh, so cute!
彼女を探してくれませんか？
彼女を探してくれませんか？ Can you help find her?
B は空港にいます。
B は空港にいます。She's in the 空港. I think that's the airport. Yeah, 空港にいます。B は B.
彼女はカウンターの男の人に話しかけます。
彼女はカウンターの男の人に話しかけます。話しかけます。I assume that means she spoke to the guy at the counter. But what is かけます？話しかけます。かけます。Sounds like a way of making it more formal, maybe? 話しかけます。Because 話す they could have just said 話せます。話します。But instead they say 話しかけます。I guess this is more formal.
こんにちは。いかがなさいましたか？
いかがなさいましたか？いかがなさいましたか？ So, how many people? in a formal way, I think. いかがなさいましたか? Oh, can I help you? いかがなさいましたか? What's いかが? This is above monkey's how. Oh, いかが how. いかがなさいましたか? なさる。なさる。To do in a formal way. いかがなさいましたか? To address. So it's directed at him. Oh, I see. 話しかけます。So the speaking addressed at him. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, thank you.
バルセロナ行きの便に乗るんですが、
パルセロナ What is パルセロナの便This is too difficult for Monkey. We'll probably go down a level. パルセロナバルセロナ行きの文 is like a fancy word for a person. Makes it more respectful, I guess. バルセロナ行きの文に乗るんですか? Oh, 文 not person then in this case. The one, I guess. Is the one headed to Barcelona? Has it boarded yet, I guess? The flight. Oh, bin. Oh, not bun. Bin. Monkey needs to practice my hiragana. バルセロナの便に乗るんですか? I'm going to take in. Oh, 乗るんですか.乗るんですが. Okay. Okay, Monkey's figuring it out. I'm on the flight to Barcelona. 乗るんですか? So I will board the flight to Barcelona. ですが, which means there's more coming. Barcelona. Place names always trip Monkey up.
飛行機の中で彼女の隣に座りたいんです。
飛行機の中で彼女の隣に座りたいんです。But on the plane, I would like to sit next to my girlfriend. Choose the option that means next to. 飛行機の中で彼女の隣に座りたいんです。This one の隣に。
かしこまりました。隣り合った2席がございます。
かしこまりました。隣り合った2席がございます。その隣り合った2席がございます。So understood. Two seats next to one another. It's two seats next to one another. He says formally, something like that, as a confirmation. 隣り合った2席がございます。Yes. What's this? This kind of looks familiar, Mongoose, but I can't read it right now. Let me see. Premonition? You have a premonition? What is your premonition? The attendant tells me that there are only 2 seats on the plane, 2 seats together on the plane, no seats left on the plane. There are 2 seats together. I'll let you know if it was right. Okay. Continue.
よかった。
よかった。Oh, thank goodness. You should have booked together. Monkey understands though. Sometimes these things happen.
お連れ様はどちらにいらっしゃいますか？
お連れ様はどちらにいらっしゃいますか? So formally he says, where is the other customer, I guess? お連れ様? Yeah, companion. お連れ様. So sama makes it formal. お連れis companion. Okay. お連れ様はどちらにいらっしゃいますか? どちら? Actually, which one? That's the question. I think he's looking up so that he can put us together. Where is? No, it is where. Okay.
わからないんです。彼女を探してくれませんか？
わからないんです。彼女を探してくれませんか？探してくれませんか？ I don't know where she is. Can you help me find her? It was right. I think they're having some airport issues. Oh dear. He asked the attendant to find her girlfriend. Yes, please. Please help.
お連れ様はどのような外見ですか？
お連れ様はどのような外見ですか？外見 I'm gonna look up 外見 outward appearance. It's the kanji for outside, like 外国, and then ken is one of the pronunciations for the kanji used for miru. So the outside look. 外見 Such is life in an airport. Yeah. Hello. I would like to sit next to my girlfriend. Also, I have no idea where she is now. Please help. Such is life. But another premonition. We shall see. Oh. Let's see. Continue.
私の彼女は背が高いです。そして髪が黒いです。
So, 私の彼女は背が高いです。そして髪が黒いです。I think she said. So, my girlfriend, he goes, so my girlfriend is tall and has black hair. 広いです。黒いです。古いです。Some of these are funny. 黒いです。
かしこまりました。
かしこまりました。Are they gonna put out a search party? They're at an airport, right? I feel like they can just be like, crackle. Excuse me, can so-and-so report to the service counter at gate number such and such? Thank you very much. That's what they do, right?
それにスポーツが大好きです。
それにスポーツが大好きです。それに means also, right? Also. それにスポーツが大好きです。I don't know if that... So she says, also, she likes sports. She really likes sports. But I'm not sure if that's an outward appearance. He goes, he's also not sure.
動物も大好きです。でも運転中にスピードを出しすぎます。
Uh-oh, he accidentally got B talking about her girlfriend and now she won't stop. 動物も大好きです。She also loves animals. でも運転中にスピードを出しすぎます。 She uses too much. She goes too fast in the 運転中 while driving. Oh, 運転中. So 運転します 運転中 中 meaning like 中 same 感じ運転中 while driving. She's goes a little too fast. It's a little cute to see her talking about B so much. No. I'm not sure if I missed something. I think actually this might be B here. B is the one who's talking here. It was a little unclear from the first sentence. I thought her kanojo was named B. But I think actually... I think she's actually B. I don't think we know her kanojo's name yet. What? Did I read this? Kanojo wa kawan... Counter. Oh, okay, well, she's talking to. Wait, where is they said the name here again somewhere. There was something in here that made me think that maybe B is her name. Let me see. B. Oh, it was because it wasn't in the conversation, it was in the side text. When they were asking me questions about the story, I think they referred to the person who's talking here as B. I thought her girlfriend was B, and B's girlfriend was talking at the counter. But I think she's B. I think. That's a lot of kanji, Mongoose. Something. 全部安全 something 安全 something Karen yeah. 振り仮名ください、モングスさん。Monkey needs more 振り仮名 helpful pronunciation guy. Oh, did I mix up the names? My bad. No, I think it's my bad. I think I said earlier that her girlfriend's name was B, but I think I misunderstood. Fighting traffic safety. Racing squadron car ranger. Ah, car ranger. Oh, how do you pronounce this? I copy this into a thing. It will help me find the pronunciation. Let's see. 戦う交通安全。戦う交通安全。Ah, so fighting traffic safety. 激走戦隊。カーレンジャー。Oh, I see. The closest thing I know to that is Mumen Rider. Mumen Rider is pretty great. Probably my favorite character from One Punch Man. Does that mean they're fighting for or against traffic safety? Good question. Chat. Yes. Yes. Oh dear. I see. Given its car ranger, that checks out. I see.
そうですか。お連れ様のお名前は何ですか？
そうですか。お連れ様のお名前は何ですか？ Because okay. I see. Oh. What is your companion's name? Given that Signalman It's kind of a foil for a while. Oh, interesting. Oh, signal. Why does the attendant want to know about B's girlfriend? He and B are very good friends. He wants to play sports with her. He is trying to help B find her. Yeah, it's this kind of question that made me go, oh, so the girl who's talking is B. Her girlfriend is who we're about to find out her name. Trying to help.
あ、知りません。
えええええあ、知りません。She says, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Right again. Mongoose, you saw this coming? How did you know? What? How could this be? How is this possible? I don't understand. She doesn't know? She doesn't know? Oh, I wonder if this is a long-distance relationship then. But in a long-distance relationship, typically you would know the other person's name, right? Maybe this is like an online relationship where they only talk to each other with their handles and forgot to share their legal names? You gotta call each other something.
彼女の名前をご存知ないんですか？
This guy's so polite. It's his job after all. He's also surprised though. 彼女の名前をご存じないです。ご存じないんですか？ It's like, you don't know your girlfriend's name? But he makes sure to use the formal term ご存じないんですか instead of 知りません or 知りないですか知らないですかSignalman is part of the Space Police. Ah, Traffic Control Division. Ah, that makes sense, I guess. Alright, what is going on here? Please explain.
私にはまだ彼女がいないんです。
I am more confused. Oh no. Oh no. B, are you being creepy? Is this what... I thought this was gonna be a wholesome, heartwarming story. B, are you being creepy? 私にはまだ彼女がないんです。So I don't currently have a girlfriend, she says. This seems sus. Are you sus, B? Do we need to call security on you? Where was I? Oh, you wouldn't know my girlfriend. She's from Canada and watches other streams. Eh? Monkey confused. Yes, she watches other streams. The space sheriffs handle interstellar crime. The Deca Ranger are local planetary crime and immigration control. Wow, so pragmatic! These are some very pragmatic rangers. I thought we were trying to avoid the horror stories. Me too! I thought so too! Yep. I'm confused, Cuckoo. what's going on here.
私に彼女を探してくれませんか？
Oh no! Oh no! This was all a setup for a bad pun. 私に彼女を探してくれませんか? Could you help me find a girlfriend? It's the same sentence from the beginning here. It says, so she's like, I'd like to sit next to a girlfriend, da-di-da-di-da. And then he says, where is your companion? And she says, わからないんです。彼女を探してくれませんか? Right here. I don't know where she is. Could you help me find her? So I would like to sit next to you. Oh no, B. Why? Why you gotta be like this? Cause complete lack of social awareness. Oh dear. Could you please help me find a girlfriend? Because in Japanese, the distinction between my girlfriend and a girlfriend can be very ambiguous. This is neither the time nor the place, B-san. Oh no. Oh no. Airport joke. Man goes into the airport and clocks at the counter. Attendant says, no sir, this is the check-in desk. The check-in desk? Where's the monkey desk? The typical high schooler lie of my girlfriend goes to another high school, but adapted to streaming, I guess. Oh. Maybe monkey does not have this cultural context. Is that a common thing? Do high schoolers often lie about... I'm guessing they're lying about having a girlfriend? Something like that? Monkey sorry, monkey oblivious. Monkey lives under a rock. I'm almost impressed, Mama. By B-san? I am impressed and terrified by B-san. She now seems like a how do you say? What do you call it? An unpredictable agent? You have no idea what she's gonna do. It's a wild card here. Monkey's a little scared. Oh dear, oh dear. The setup was well done. It really is, it really is. Even the title, right? Both in English and in Japanese, it's 彼女を探してくれませんか? It's this exact phrase. 彼女を探してくれませんか? But oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, let's see what we get as a response. From this nice attendant who's been so patient. So wait, so these are her requests then, right? So creepy. She's like, I want someone who's tall and has black hair. And she really likes sports and animals. And but you know, sometimes she drives a bit fast. So she's got this image in her head. Oh no, everything recontextualizes. Oh dear. It's a common joke / lie about high schoolers saying that they have a girlfriend, but making it difficult for any of their friends to meet her because she doesn't exist. and they don't want to get caught. Oh. Oh. Is that a thing that high schoolers worry about? Having a girlfriend or not? That sounds probably very silly. I mean, of course people worry about it. But worry about it to the point of making up a pretend girlfriend? I see. I guess that makes sense. I guess I could see that. Monkey apologizes for my ignorance. Okay. I really want to see how this guy reacts. How does he react? He wants to sit next to someone who can be her new girlfriend. Oh no. Oh no. Select the matching pairs. Maybe he won't respond. Maybe that's it. That's the punchline right there. That's our punchline. And our poor attendant is now left hanging, trying to figure out how to respond to this. Oh. Alright, Kami is here. 私の is my. を探してくれませんか? Could you find? が大好きです。So loves and 動物 animal. I guess that's it. Alright, continue. Alright, that was pretty fun actually. I enjoyed that. You unlocked conversation mode for this story. Oh. Listen and speak along with the story like in a real conversation. Oh, what does that mean? That's interesting. Continue. Wow, now I gotta see how that works, out of curiosity. Monkey has avoided high school bullying, I see. I wouldn't say that. I definitely didn't encounter in the stereotypical kind of high school bullying that you might see in like TV shows and stuff, I guess. But there was maybe a little bit that Monkey experienced having received. And additionally, I shouldn't say this, but you know, as a recovering tsundere, I personally need to be very cognizant of the fact that Monkey might have been a high school bully. This may have been the case. Monkey's not proud of it, but this might be objectively true, so maybe a little on both sides there, I think. I apologize to anyone I may have hurt in the past. If you're still out there somewhere. Mo something 見えます。空 something? Kanji. You know so much kanji, Mongoose. That's so impressive. Monkey cannot kanji very well. Let's see. How does one pronounce this? Mo, kuko. Ah, kuko. So that's that must be airport. Yamemasu. To stop. I will leave the airport. Oh, I see. Gasp. Bully Monkey. It was kind of bad. I will admit that. It was not one of my grandest moments. Wasn't well, luckily it seems that Monkey is recovering. I imagine Monkey shaking down younger students for their lunch money to buy tea. much thing. I think at least where Monkey was growing up on Flowerfruit Mountain, a lot of the stereotypical bullying you see in the media didn't really happen. At least not where Monkey could see it. I didn't see anyone stealing each other's lunch money. Though I did have a deal with someone. But it was a mutualistic deal. So it was a little different. Regarding lunch and money. But I didn't see any sort of that kind of bullying. I would say okay, so you know how tsundere was like the hot archetype for a while? Monkey has feelings about that. Cause it seemed wrong to me to objectify something that Monkey related with, but that made Monkey's social life harder because it was actually in real life not something people would enjoy. If any of you are watching the Oji-san Isekai, Oji-san from Another World, that one, Monkey feels like the tsundere elf-san. It was kind of like that, where it's like, of course no one's going to like you if you act that way. But the tsundere trope, I've noticed in recent years, has slowly evolved into the straight-up bullying trope. Monkey doesn't know much about it. I haven't watched any of those things because I think it would make me feel similarly like, this is not good. It's just not Monkey's thing, I guess. But the ones I'm thinking of is like, there's like Nagatoro and some other ones. I don't know if Monkey was like that or not. The closest thing I got to that I related with and also didn't hate was Suzumiya Haruhi. I related a lot to Suzumiya Haruhi. That kind of bully. I was a Haruhi style bully. Kind of violent and energetic and kind of acting kind of, what's the word? Inconsiderate to other people, I guess. And kind of doing what I want, sort of bully. Yeah. That was kind of, you know, monkey style bully. It was not good, but I appreciated that in Suzumiya Haruhi, it's not portrayed as like a good thing that she acts that way. In fact, Gon-san is consistently complaining about it, and definitely feels a bit upset when, for example, she injures him out of the blue for no good reason. He's a nice guy, so he sticks with her, but it is not shown that those traits are supposed to be good or something, I guess. That's how Monkey felt at the time. Maybe that's just Monkey's reading, though. More middle school for me. Oh, but it was an all-boy boarding school, so the haha no girlfriend stuff was more annoying since it didn't make any sense. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't make much sense. If it's an all-boy boarding school, it would have been pretty tough for anyone who wanted a girlfriend to find a girlfriend, right? You have the least threatening voice ever, though. I guess I'll take that as a compliment. I guess that's a good thing, huh? The least threatening voice ever. I'm not sure how that plays into things, but I don't mind. Powerful monkey song. No. Not powerful, just violent. Also, hello Eduardo, welcome. Mochi-san paying someone for protection. No. We had a deal because Monkey hated... Well, I didn't hate it, I guess. I guess we just made a deal for mutual benefit. It wasn't even... I think she came to Monkey with the proposal. So it was her idea, and I figured it seemed like a good deal. I think what happened was... Looking back, this might have been a little messed up, but in some ways maybe it was also okay. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this, so don't tell anyone. But basically, she got one of those lower income lunch deals, right? I believe. And so her proposal, because she didn't necessarily like the school lunch, her proposal was that she would buy my school lunch for me, stand in line and everything, and I would pay her what I would have normally paid for the school lunch. And so it was kind of a win-win, because I didn't have to stand in line for lunch, and she got extra money out of it. Because net, she makes money, and then she could use the money to buy the lunch that she wants to eat, I guess. That sort of thing. So I guess, children's economics. It's kinda goading the target into retaliating, at which point the tsundere melts into an obedient mess. Eh? I don't think so. At least that wasn't my reality. In my reality, I was certainly goading the target into retaliating. That was a thing that I certainly enjoyed. But I did not melt into an obedient mess when retaliation happened, because that would be not very strong. Monkey was obsessed with being the powerful, strong one, and therefore the retaliation only served to fuel the fires. It feels like a win when you can get a rise out of someone and basically get them completely off kilter and keep your cool. That's what it was like for Monkey. So I didn't really melt into an obedient mess. No. The soft point, the dere point, was not if someone were to oppose me. It was simply that Monkey has a difficult time dealing with real affection. That is something that certainly has lasted. But Monkey didn't have to deal with that, because most people respond to aggression with dislike. So Monkey didn't have to deal with someone being nice. Being nice back and having to be like... It's not like because I like you or anything. The Monkey definitely picked on the people that I liked until Monkey drove them away. This is the realities of tsundere. Learn from my lesson. Haruhi, now being a kami becomes more and more apt as time goes on. No, Monkey is just Monkey. Monkey is not secretly a super powerful kami with the power to reset the entire world. Don't worry about that. No relationship there. Monkey-san is tsum and really smart. That's super hot. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Any of that, really. Let's be careful about that, Eduardo. Yes, please. I appreciate that you are trying to compliment Monkey, but it does make Monkey a little uncomfortable, I will admit. Hello again now. Hello, Chito. Welcome. How you doing? Been learning or just chilling with the tea club? We did a little learning, I guess. we read this story, which was quite something, I will say. It was quite a story. By the way, I'm actually thinking of Monkey Cinematic Universe, starring Ryder and Shatter. Sounds about right, sounds about right. Then you didn't have the did it part. The did it part was sort of... How to explain? The did it part definitely was there, and occasionally... Monkey has a hard time talking about the did it part, because as a recovering tsundere, the did it part is the part that you don't want anyone to know about. And so, it's kind of difficult to talk about still. The did it part was definitely there. It's difficult to show, and that's the thing about tsundere, is if the did it came easily, then they're not a real tsundere, right? There's no payoff in the trope. But yes. When it came to intimacy stuff, Monkey definitely lost my cool in some ways. Sometimes not, sometimes yes. It depends on the situation. Like I said, it's the like actual affection sort of thing. The sort of you broke down my barrier sort of thing. And also, sometimes the dere part is the, you know, underlying shyness, the sort of I'm not doing this because I like you or anything sort of shyness. That definitely existed, but you know, it's not normal. It is certainly not the normal, and so most people don't pick up on it in real life because it's not their job to pick up on it in real life. I don't know how to exactly explain. Yandere Monkey. I would say Monkey definitely leans more tsundere than yandere, but I could see that. Yandere is a pretty wide trope actually, because yandere simply means like emotionally disturbed but also dere. Head pat. Oh, thank you for the head pat. Monkey likes head pat. I don't know exactly why. I'm not sure the exact meaning of this head pat, but I will accept it. Monkey is merely the first among equals. I don't know about that one, Remus. Also, welcome. Good to see you. What a time for you to show up, Monkey talking about tsundere stuff. I feel it is not very attractive, but but it is the truth of Monkey's life, so I will be honest about it. Lullaby hype. Yeah! I heard it actually. I just forgot to say it out loud, but in my head I said lullaby hype. Oh, and Saluton. Hello, Remus. The true MCU, Monkey Clubhouse Universe. Ah, that's not bad. I like that. Oh, more kanji. Something eri wa something da yo. Something se or something sunna. Alright. Back to the translation/pronunciation app. Taeru wa doku da yo. Yasekaman sinna. Yasekaman sinna. Oh, I don't understand. I apologize. You're all wrong. Monkey is kamidere. You got me in a corner here, Remus. Technically, I am a minor kami. Just a minor kami. But technically still kami. I don't know if I'm dere though. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was just tsum because obviously this monkey has no dere. Definitely. Okay. I have accepted. This monkey has no dere. Gotta monkey-san. It's always a pleasure hanging out with a beauty such as yourself. Oh dear. Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you. And it was good seeing you. See you next time, I guess. Have a good rest of your day. Now is monkey dere. Monkey dere. No, I am just monkey. Just monkey. Oh dear. Okay. Should we try this conversation mode? It'll be the same story again, I guess, but monkey will have to probably say things out loud. It's probably the same though. We'll give it a try. Why not? Let's see what this means. Oh, so cute. Dance
彼
down.
女を探してくれませんか？
彼女を探してくれませんか？
B は空港にいます。
B は空港にいます。
彼女はカウンターの男の人に話しかけます。
彼女はカウンターの男の人に話しかけます。Wait, I was thinking now is in past, but she actually typed out. I guess I'm the slow one today. It's true, Ehiki, it's true. Somehow, I don't know how because I've been talking a lot, but somehow I've remained in the present more or less, which is incredible. Resistance of one's true nature is poison. Don't force yourself out of pride. This is true. I agree with this. But also, monkey's not sure what my true nature is. How do you know what your true nature is? What if your true nature is to deny your true nature?
こんにちは。いかがなさいましたか？
こんにちは。いかがなさいましたか？いかがなさいましたか？ I remember いかが means how, I think. なさいましたか？ How can I help? I think Nao's true nature is monkey. This is true. I am monkey. Dang, that's a good question actually. The true struggle in life.
バルセロナ行きの便に乗るんですが。
あ、バルセロナの便。This I have to know from memory. This is too hard. バルセロナの便に行くんで、乗るんですか？ I think she said.
バルセロナ行きの便に乗るんですが。
バルセロナの行きの便。Ayo. There's no way. Pathological liars can even lie to themselves convincingly after all. Right? It's true. It's a real problem. It's surprisingly easy to lie to yourself and not even realize it. Pathological liar or not. Perhaps it's who you are when no one's around. Who you are in the dark and all that. But I think one of the things that monkey is, I think one thing that I can say is my true self, my true nature, is that I'm pretty talkative. As all of you are aware, I'm pretty talkative and I get a lot of joy out of talking. And I think that's my true self. But I don't talk to myself when no one's around. In fact, in some ways, I feel like if I've been alone too long, I feel like I've lost a part of myself, and that makes me sad, you know? That's the real poison, is that I'm denying a part of myself by not having people to talk to. Maybe.
バルセロナ行きの便に乗るんです。
バルセロナ行きの便に乗るんですが、I'm calm when no one's looking. It's being looked at that freaks me out. Well, that's normal too, I think, right? Yeah. I think that everyone has a lot of different facets to themselves, right? And these facets they may not even know. They may be facets that only come out in very particular situations or with very particular people. And sometimes you'll never even experience those situations or people in your entire life. And so you won't know that part of you has been locked away. But sometimes you recognize it in the moment when you do encounter a new situation. Monkey was remembering recently that, you know, because of the pandemic, there have been a lot of situations that Monkey hasn't experienced in a long time. But for Monkey, it was specifically going to a doctor's appointment. Monkey had been avoiding them in general to begin with. But eventually, you know, Monkey decided to be responsible and go to the doctor. And Monkey realized when I was there that I clicked into kind of a very different mode than I would normally have. But it wasn't a mode that I disliked or I didn't identify with. It was a kind of mode that felt comforting to have because it reminded me that, hey, I can be competent about my own health and talking about myself and that sort of thing. And it was like meeting a new monkey, meeting an old monkey, really, that I always knew was there, but just hadn't had the chance to see in a long time. And so I feel like sometimes there's a lot of monkeys like that locked up inside of you, and it doesn't feel quite right to say one is the real one and one is not. And in some ways, it doesn't make a lot of sense to discretize them either. But because they're all facets of the same monkey, right? But somehow, sometimes they do feel very separate too. And I think that's what makes them facets. And it's discovering these facets, I guess, will tell you a little bit more about yourself. But is it really possible to discover every facet? I don't know. Not to wax poetic. Oh, please, wax poetic. But perhaps life itself is the process of discovering one's true nature. In some ways, right? It's a continual process of discovering your true nature. I can see that. Did you get a lollipop? Oh, they should have given me a lollipop. I guess I didn't. Now that you mention it, next time I'll make sure to request one. Asking the important questions, Mongoose. It's true. These are the important questions. How long until all the inner monkeys finish the works of Shakespeare? It's a good question, because the number of inner monkeys that exist is something that Monkey is not aware of. If it turns out to be an infinity of monkeys, maybe they already have. Because if there's an infinite number of monkeys, then at least one of them has finished the complete works of Shakespeare at some point, right? Though not necessarily, because then we have to get into countable infinity versus non-countable infinity, which then contributes to, like, what is the limit? And I don't know what kinds of variables to plug into that equation. Alright, let's continue this. I might break out of it at some point, because we've already read this story, and I think this mode is too difficult for Monkey right now. but we'll see what else is involved for a little first.
飛行機の中で彼女の隣に座りたいんです。
Ah,
飛行機の中で彼女の隣に座りたいんです。
飛行機の中で、彼女の中に座りたいんです。
かしこまりました。隣り合った2席がございます。
よかった。
よかった、I can do.
お連れ様はどちらにいらっしゃいますか？
わからないんです。彼女を探してくれませんか？
Ah, this is a shorter version. So yes, what kind of person is your companion? And わからないんです。彼女を探してくれませんか？
お連れ様はどのような外見ですか？
Oh no, he's asking where. Okay. I think Monkey's done with this mode. Maybe we'll revisit it when we haven't just read the story. Okay, and I think Monkey needs a quick break to run off to the little monkey's room. But I will be right back, and then we'll decide what we'll do next. Hello. Monkey is back. I apologize for the quick break. Alright. Let me think. What shall we do next? Shall we read another story? Or maybe we'll go back to the normal lessons. I wonder what sounds good. Welcome back. Oh, thank you, Santa. Thank you. Whoops. Guess it likes to jump around. This one from set 2 is appealing to me a little bit, because it looks like it takes place in a restaurant. And, Monkey likes food. Yeah. Maybe I'll give this one a try. Why not? Vegetarian.
Vegetarian.
Vegetarian. こっち。
ビクラムは素敵なレストランにいます。
Oh no! ビクラムはステーキのレストランにいます。Vikram is in a steak restaurant. Uh-oh. This is not usually a good starting place if you're a vegetarian. Steak restaurants are not known for necessarily having the best vegetarian options out there. They're sometimes pretty subpar. I am a carnivore, so can't relate. Oh, I see. Well, you see, Mongoose, imagine if you went to, say, a vegan salad restaurant. It'd be kind of like going there as a carnivore. It would be hard to find something to eat. I was a vegetarian for a year or so. Oh, really? So there's a ton of amazing recipes out there. Yeah. And assuming by Vikram's name that he is of Indian heritage, there's a long cultural history of vegetarianism amongst Indian peoples. And so there's a lot of really, really good vegetarian Indian food. If you ask me, if you need to eat vegetarian for one reason or another, find a culture which values vegetarian cuisine and start there. I've noticed that a lot of like European cultures rely very heavily on animal products because probably if you look at the environmental conditions under which those cultures were formed, they kind of needed to eat animal products in order to make up for the lack of vegetation during certain parts of the year. And so that's why there's a lot of very meat-heavy dishes. And therefore, it can be very hard to find good vegetarian dishes from those cultures because for them, the vegetarianism is a relatively new concept. Similarly but differently, Chinese food is an interesting how shall we say, has an interesting relationship with vegetarianism because in China, vegetarianism was less common than in India, but because they got Buddhism from India, there is that sense amongst Buddhists, amongst like Buddhist monks specifically, not the common people as much. And so in China, this idea of vegetarianism has a very different cultural meaning and context. And so what Monkey likes to joke is there's no word for vegetarian in Chinese. Maybe there's one now, but last Monkey heard there was no word for it. So if you go to a restaurant and you ask for a vegetarian dish, or ask if a dish is vegetarian, what you're really asking is this dish primarily vegetables? In which case someone might say yes, even if it was made, for example, with chicken stock or fish oil, or even if it has small bits of meat in it. If it's technically 素的, like a vegetable dish, then they might say, yeah, that's a vegetable dish. So if you're in China and you want to eat vegetarian, one thing you should know is not is this a vegetable dish? But instead, or even, you can't really even ask, does this have meat in it? Because that would not include things like fish or fish sauce, or even chicken stock is not considered meat because it's not the meat part of the animal. So what you want to ask is for like Buddhist style food, Buddhist monk style food, and then people will get what you're talking about. But because that's a very specific cultural thing, it's not just vegetarian. It's vegetarian, but it tends to avoid certain other types of food as well. I believe, like, especially pungent foods and such. It tends to be a very light kind of meal. I think similarly in Japan, but Japan has adopted a lot of ideas from the West, like vegetarianism in general. And so there's a bit more of an understanding there. Well, tangent, but going back to the original comment, I'm very curious, Sacker, actually, if you have some good vegetarian recipes. Monkey is not vegetarian, but I do tend to like plant-forward foods, I think is what they're calling it these days. So I'd be curious to hear about it. Sticky nut means lovely. Ah, you're right, Mongoose. My bad, I misread. Because of the context, I thought they had said steaki no. So steaki, like steak, and instead of not, you would have to use a note there, because it's an, how do you say, a noun? But looking more closely, it's not steaki, it's stekina. Stekina, a good restaurant, a wonderful restaurant. Ah, that's much better actually. That makes more sense also. Yeah, stekina. I thought steakino. Yeah, I should pay more attention to... But this is the kind of thing that happens when you read fast, right? Your brain kind of auto-completes. It's actually a known thing. Your brain auto-completes pretty well. I don't know if y'all have seen those memes that went around for a while where... If you... This is actually not just a meme, I think it's an actual thing that was studied. If you take the letters in English of words, so write out a whole sentence and then within each word randomize the order of the letters except for the first and the last, you can still read it. It's really cool. Our brains do a lot of autocorrection when reading, so it's cool stuff. But also causes problems like this when you're not fluent. Brain needs to stop autocorrecting. I've learned to love Thai curry. Oh, Thai curry, yeah. Thai people also have a good amount of that vegetarian food, huh? They also have a good amount of meat food. The same as Indian people have a good amount of meat food. But it feels more equal. You know, you can get... I didn't used to be vegetarian, but for a while, a lot of my close friends were. And so, I used to go to a lot of vegetarian restaurants and stuff with them. Or just, even if we didn't go to vegetarian restaurants, they would order vegetarian. And sometimes I would order vegetarian too, just because what they were eating looked good. And, you know, why eat meat in front of a bunch of vegetarians if you don't have to? And so, there were some restaurants that I tried where I ate their vegetarian menu for a very long time just because that's what I knew was good there. Eventually, I went with some non-vegetarian friends and learned that they have a lot of good non-vegetarian options as well. But, yeah, good stuff. Curry. The reason this memory was sparked for me was one of these places that I was talking about was a Thai curry restaurant. Really good stuff. Both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. I'm back. Oh, welcome back, Tito. Easier to get more bang for your buck. For your buck? I do eat vegetarian cheesecake and stuff like that because gelatin disgusts me. Really? Oh, gelatin's so good though. You don't like the texture of it, I guess? But I didn't know most cheesecakes I've had don't have gelatin in them. Vegetarian cheesecake. Yeah, most cheesecakes I know. Depends if you're vegetarian or ovo-vegetarian. I think most cheesecakes I know can be eaten by vegetarians. There's usually no gelatin. Sometimes there's eggs, but you can take that out. And then the rest is milk product, which most vegetarians are willing to eat. It's vegans who wouldn't be for it typically. I did have a really good vegan cheesecake recently, actually. Sometimes I'm used to a lot of vegetarian and vegan food that is trying to emulate non-vegetarian and vegan food to be a little bit disappointing, because rather than taking advantage of their medium, they're trying to emulate a medium that uses things that they don't have. And so usually it just comes up short. But occasionally you'll find the cook or the restaurant who actually really knows how to do it well. And then it's incredible. And I have no idea what magic they're pulling, but they're really good. But yeah, in general, I tend to trust vegetarian and vegan food more if it's not trying to emulate something that is meat. Emulate something that they can't actually... an ingredient that they don't actually have access to. But sometimes it works out, I guess. Kind of like... what is it called? Nikujaga? Nikujaga is like the Japanese version of English beef stew. It tastes nothing like English beef stew because it uses a lot of Japanese ingredients, and it also caters itself to Japanese taste, but it ends up being tasty. Falafels are good no-meat dishes. Oh yeah, falafels are really good. Vegan too, if you skip any cheese or egg. I know a steakhouse with all leather furnishings that does veggie options. It's a shrine to dead cow. Vegetarians should avoid it. Interesting. I feel like the problem with trying to get vegetarian food at a steak restaurant is that it's like going to an Italian restaurant and ordering French fries. It's not their specialty, and because it's not their specialty, there's sometimes a tendency to put less effort into it, because there's this sense of, if you're not here for what we're good at, then what are you here for? You know? And so sometimes it's not so great. But there are some restaurants, I will say, some really good restaurants where even if it's not their specialty, they make sure to put a lot of effort into it and make sure it's a worthwhile option on its own. Those are the restaurants I think are worth going to. Well, I mean, Monkey thinks most restaurants are worth going to because Monkey just likes food. But I think those restaurants are quite something, you know? Monkey gives them a lot of respect. Because it's food being served to your customer, it should be good. That's the kind of mentality, you know? I wish I could recall the exact name of the curry. I think it was panang with potato instead of beef. Ah, I see. I can't remember the exact names either, but that sounds familiar. It's melted hoof. Yeah, gelatin? But so is aspic. And aspic is what makes stews and what's it called? Stews and soups and stock and that kind of thing is what makes it tasty. Monkey has never had... Monkey's never had a strong sense of aversion to foods that feel unusual to the modern palate, if that makes sense. I think there's a common sense of, if you come from a culture where your cuisine tends to be pretty limited, sometimes when you see things that are outside of what you expect, you have an aversion to it, which makes sense, I guess, from an evolutionary standpoint, because you only want to eat what you know is safe and good to eat. But Monkey comes from an adventurous eating culture. On Flower Fruit Mountain, we eat all sorts of things, and therefore when we see something new, but someone tells us it is edible though, and it is delicious, then we're like, okay, let's try it. If it's not gonna make you sick, then there's no problem. I heard a vegan substitute human meat. Please arrest whoever confirmed the flavor. I don't know much about human meat. I've never tried it myself, but I hear that humans taste a little bit like pork. That's what I've been told. I had a friend scrape out a lump of gelatin from a cheap pie and eat it in front of me. Ever since, gelatin hurts to look at. Oh my goodness! I mean, that is understandable. If there is a big chunk of gelatin in the middle of your pie, first of all, why is there gelatin in your pie? I don't understand. Gelatin is for things like Jello or like panna cotta. You don't even need gelatin for most Jello-y desserts. It's more of like a cheat to get a certain texture, which is fine. It's just you don't need it. But if you're going to use it, at least mix it in properly. Why would there be a whole chunk by itself? I can see how that might turn you off. Monkey's first experience with falafels, for example. When I first tried them, I knew I was at a place that wasn't going to do them well, but I had never had them before, so I wanted to try them. And I told myself I'll take it with a grain of salt, knowing that I don't expect the quality to be high. I will not take this to be what falafels are meant to be. I will take this as a bad example of what falafels are like. But it blew away even my expectations in terms of how bad it was, to the point where no matter how much I tried to consciously hold myself back from saying that I don't like falafels based on this one example, it made me hesitant to ever try falafels again. Because they were so dry and hard as pucks, and there was no flavor, and I was blown away by how bad it was. But thankfully, Monkey got another opportunity at a place where Monkey was pretty sure the falafels would be really good, like the total polar opposite of the previous experience. And so I decided this was my chance to reset my expectations. And so I ordered the falafels, and they blew me away again, because the previous falafels, the only thing that that those falafels got right was the shape. Maybe some of the color, but even that is questionable. And so I didn't know what to expect. And the good falafels were incredible. They were moist, they had a great texture, they had a great flavor. It was really good. So sometimes expectations are very important. Jello is weird to me anyway, since it's meat as a dessert. Now that you mention it, there aren't too many meat desserts out there, are there? Gelatin is a rare one, but it is a very mild flavor. It doesn't have any of that gamey, meaty flavor, that sort of savory flavor. It almost has no flavor at all. So that's why I see it being used in dessert. One good example maybe is eggs. Eggs, which people borderline consider meat or not. They have a relatively mild flavor, and so actually they're used quite widely both in savory foods and sweet foods. So, from Monkey's perspective, as long as it tastes good, I don't really care what it's made of or classified as, I guess. As long as the end product is good. For example, I have a friend who cannot abide red bean desserts, which is crazy to Monkey because for me, I grew up with red bean desserts and green bean desserts and bean desserts in general. But because of the culture that he grew up in, the idea of having beans in your dessert seems weird. Conversely, when Monkey first encountered sweet potato pie, Monkey was confused because apparently sweet potato pie is not considered a dessert. It's considered part of the main meal. Same with like cranberry sauce and that kind of thing. Monkey's not used to having sweet things as part of my main meal. I got used to it eventually, and I've got to the point where I'm like, okay, I can enjoy this. But at first it was very strange to me, and I wasn't sure I enjoyed it or not. Even though I enjoyed the dish itself. Just the context. Funny how that works. Monkey, I'm very happy though that I ended up being an adventurous eater. Like, as a baby monkey, you can't know for sure if you're gonna end up as an adventurous eater, because all babies have picky phases, right? But I'm glad I ended up as one because I love food so much. I'm glad I have no allergies or other restrictions like that, because I love food so much, it opens up so much more of the world to me if I if I can take it as like, oh, that sounds interesting, as opposed to, I'm not sure I like that. Good falafel is lovely. Oh yes, I agree. So good. Alright. I just realized we've left poor Vikram waiting for us here so that he can actually order some food. Let's see if he can order some food before the end of stream.
いらっしゃいませ。
Irashaimase is welcome in typically a business context.
すみません。メニューについて質問があります。
すみません。メニューについて質問があります。So, excuse me. About the menu, I have a question. So, があります。We're just waiting for the service. Don't worry. No. That's true. That's true. Our server just came, I guess.
僕はベジタリアンです。
僕はベジタリアンです。So, I'm a vegetarian.
ベジタリアン向けの料理はありますか？
ベジタリアン向けの料理がはありますか？向け I don't know. 向けの for. For. Oh, I see. So it's not vegetarian の料理 but it's vegetarian 向けの料理はありますか？ Do you have any dishes for vegetarians? I'd better go to sleep. Okay. Have a good sleeps. お召し上がり? Is that what that is? Is that how you write お召し? Copy. お召し上がり。Oh, I see. お召し上がり。ありがとうございます。おやすみなさい、モングスさん。Thanks for coming and have a good night. Okay. Vikram likes to eat meat. Yes, that's right. No, that's wrong. To be fair, we don't know this. Monkey always gets caught up on technicalities. It is possible Vikram loves to eat meat, but he is a vegetarian anyway. For whatever reason. But We will go with what we know they want us to answer, rather than what the reality of the world may be. Because test-taking skills are also a thing. No, that's wrong. Continue.
はい。とてもいいステーキがございます。
あ、はい。とてもいいステーキがございます。So this is what he's saying. Yes, we have a wonderful steak. Maybe it's a vegetarian steak? Maybe he doesn't know what vegetarian means? Continue. Choose the option that means steak. Steak.
ステーキは肉ですよ。僕は肉を食べません。
Vikram says, ステーキは肉ですよ。Which is kind of passive aggressive. He says, steak is meat, you know. You know, steak is meat. 僕は肉を食べません。I do not eat meat. Steak is meat? I never knew. To be fair, sometimes that happens. Nowadays, there's such a disconnect between food and where it comes from. I can imagine people not knowing. Continue.
あ、そうですね。申し訳ございません。
Okay, this guy maybe is just a little airheaded is all. He goes, そうですね. Oh, that's right, isn't it? I'm so sorry. Where is your head?
こちらのチキンは美味しいですよ。
こちらのチキンは美味しいですよ。He says, here, the chicken is very tasty. Technically, in Japanese, chicken doesn't count as 肉. So I can see why he might make this mistake. Maybe he didn't understand what vegetarian was at first. But now he's like, oh, okay, you can't eat meat. Well, then chicken is good. Because you don't say chicken meat in Japanese. 肉 is more like 牛肉, 豚肉, beef, pork. But you don't really say チキン肉. That's kind of weird. You might say 鶏肉, but it's a little unusual, I think. Maybe it counts as 肉. Maybe. Wait, what? The waiter thinks Vikram should order chicken. Continue.
チキンも肉ですよ。
チキンも肉ですよ. Vikram's getting a little bit annoyed at this waiter. It does seem like a lot to go through in order to just get a vegetarian recommendation. Maybe the waiter's having a hard day.
僕は肉を食べません。
僕は肉を食べません. I don't eat meat.
サラダもございます。
サラダもございます. So we also have salad.
あ、サラダは好きです。サラダには何が入っていますか？
サラダは好きです。サラダには何が入っていますか？ He goes, I love salad. What's in the salad? I can see where this is going. This is a very unfortunate conversation. I can see where this is going, and it reminds me a little bit of how I was saying, you know, there's the cultural confusion sometimes when you say I want a vegetable dish. It's like, oh, a salad is a vegetable dish. It just has a little bit of chicken in it. But in this case, I think Vikram has said, 僕は肉を食べません. Perhaps one too many times already for this misunderstanding to continue. Saying I don't eat meat seems pretty straightforward to me. See, all these stories are a little funny. I guess they tried. Duo has a good sense for humor, I suppose. You know, this kind of story reminds me just slightly of what was it? Yugen theater that I watched. Some Japanese style theater, Japanese style comedy sometimes is a little bit like this. And I watched some once that felt a little like this. Alright, continue.
トマトとレタスと魚と
Ah, see, okay, this I understand again. Sakana is not niku. Sakana is, like chicken is maybe borderline niku. Sakana is definitely not niku. There are actually a lot of Japanese people who don't eat niku, who don't eat meat, because traditionally, if you lived on the coasts of Japan, you literally just didn't eat meat. It was not a thing that Japanese people ate. Not for any particular reason other than that raising livestock was unnecessary and therefore not a thing that was worth doing. If you go more inland towards the mountains, sometimes they had to have livestock. Just like in Europe, they had to have livestock in order to make sure that the population had enough nutrients. But near the coastline, you could have fish and veggies and whatever, and you wouldn't need any land animals. Maybe some chicken. And so I know a lot of Japanese people who eat more traditionally. Like they grew up eating washoku, Japanese food, Japanese food, as opposed to yoshoku, which is like Japanese Western fusion food. And so they just can't stomach meat just because it doesn't taste good to them, because it's got a very strong flavor. Meat has a very strong flavor compared to traditional Japanese food. It can be a little overwhelming, a little gamey. They're just not into it. Plus, I know a lot of people who have been vegetarian ever since they were children. And if you've been vegetarian that long, your body actually doesn't learn to process meat in a way. And so you can get stomach upset if you eat too much meat if you've been vegetarian too long. And so it just has no appeal to them. So a lot of Japanese people who say, I don't eat meat, they mean they don't eat pork, they don't eat beef, they don't eat veal, they don't eat these like, gamey land meats. But they might tolerate chicken, and they might also eat a lot of fish, a lot of seafood. Alright, so, トマトと、レタスと、魚と、so in the salad there's tomatoes, and lettuce, and fish, and...
僕は魚を食べません。ベジタリアンですから。
僕は魚を食べません。ベジタリアンですから。Yeah, I get the feeling this waiter doesn't know what vegetarian means, and he's perhaps too embarrassed to ask at this point. So Vikram has to explain. I don't eat fish because I am vegetarian.
フライドポテトもございます。
フライドポテトもございます。This poor waiter! Now I'm feeling bad for the waiter. Because he's trying his best. I think he really just doesn't get it. I can see where this is going too. フライドポテトもございます。So he's saying we also have fried potato, which I think can refer to like fries. Yeah, fries. フライドポテト. The problem is the same thing I was talking about the Chinese food. Oh yeah, it's vegetarian. It's just cooked in fish sauce. Well, there's a very common thing around Western food like fries, fried potato. It's like, yeah, it's a vegetable dish. It's just cooked in lard. Lard being animal fat. What comes next?
フライドポテトは
あ、そうですか。 フライドポテトは what comes? They know we know what's gonna happen in this story. They know we get the gag. Yeah, a lot of Japanese humor, traditional Japanese humor is like this. You get the gag, but you're following along anyway. フライドポテトは忙しいです。I don't think that the... So he says, そうですか. So it's like, oh, is that right? And the fried potato is... 忙しいです is not right. The fried potatoes are not busy. 大人です。I don't think they are adults either. 大丈夫です。Okay, okay. So he thinks fried potato should be okay. 大丈夫です。
大丈夫です。
Continue.
フライドポテトですね。かしこまりました。一緒にハンバーガーもいかがですか？
Oh no. Oh no. This waiter, he's trying his best, but he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. Oh no. フライドポテトですね。かしこまりました。So, potatoes then, or fries then. Sounds good, or not sounds good. I understand. Order received. 一緒にハンバーガーもいかがですか？Would you like a hamburger with that? Is it a vegetarian hamburger?
肉はなしでお願いします。
肉はなしお願いします。なしでお願いします。So, please do not include any meat. 肉はなしでお願いします。No meat, please. A veggie hamburger, a shamburger, one might say. A shamburger? It's still a real burger. It's just not real ham, I guess. I guess that's why they call it a veggie burger. If anything is a sham burger, I think that's the impossible burger. Sham burger. Because it's trying to be a hamburger. Though I will say that sometimes the vegetarian option is better. There was a time when I helped with running some events for my club, and we would have a picnic where we would have like hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff. And the vegetarians always requested a very particular veggie patty, a black bean veggie patty, I think. And so I would get that for them, and then at one point I decided to try it because why not? And that's when I realized the vegetarians were eating better than the rest of us. Because cheap hamburger cooked by people who don't really know what they're doing can turn out pretty subpar. It's still tasty, but kind of subpar. Same with cheap hot dog. But this black bean burger was incredible. It was just tasty. So from then on, I said, me too. I'll take the black bean burger. Continue. Why is Vikram upset with the waiter? Poor Vikram. Because he keeps forgetting that Vikram is vegetarian. I feel like he's not forgetting. Maybe he's forgetting. Maybe he's having a real zero brain cells moment. Or maybe he just doesn't get it. Whatever it is. I can see why Vikram might be frustrated. Alright, I guess that's it. I guess that's that. Skin. Irashaimase. Welcome. Ryori. Dishes. Niku. Fish. Oh, sorry. Niku, meat. Sakana, fish. Ta-da! Okay. Good work. You completed the story. Oh, thank you. Nice. Oh, it's looking like we only have about a little less than 10 minutes left in the stream today, huh? So what shall we do in that case? We can practice. Oh, interesting. In that case, I don't know if we have time for another story or another lesson. Unless we go very quickly. I feel like actually the stories are a little quicker than the lessons. Because so far, I've been able to kind of mostly understand the stories. Whereas the lessons I have to learn new things and type things, and they don't like the way I type things. Maybe if we go into set 1, which is presumably one of the I'm guessing these sets are somewhat by difficulty. Maybe if we go into set 1 we can do something real quick. Let's try that. I'm curious about Dr. Eddie, because Eddie always seems to be such a excited and happy guy. Why don't we give it a try? I think I can do it.
エディ先生。
エディ先生。
エディはスーパーにいます。
エディはスーパーにいます。エディ is at the supermarket.
一人の女の人がエディに話しかけます。
一人の女の人がエディに話しかけます。So, a woman who's alone addresses Eddie. Eddie seems like a trustworthy sensei. Oh. Let's hope so. A woman talks to Eddie at the supermarket. Yes. Maybe we'll be able to finish a story in time, but will we be able to do it without going on a few tangents? Knowing Monkey. You know, Cuckoo, this is a real danger that Monkey somehow did not cross Monkey's mind, and Monkey should have been aware of. But I think we can do it. I think it'll be okay. We stand the tangents, to be fair. I'm glad to hear that, because seems to be all Monkey knows how to do. I enjoy them too, to be fair.
すみません。
すみません。はい。She says, excuse me. We do. Oh, thank you, Cuckoo. Thank you, Shader.
はい。
Hi. Yes?
お医者さんですか？
お医者さんですか? Excuse me, are you a doctor? I wonder why she thinks Eddie is a doctor. How does she know? お医者さんですか?
僕ですか?
僕ですか? So his response is, me? My guess is he is not a doctor. Why does she think he's a doctor then? Uh-oh. I see where this is going.
はい、そうです。
はい、そうです。Wait a second. Wait a second. You shouldn't say so if you're not, Eddie. Are you? What? It doesn't sound like you are.
よかった。
よかった。Oh, thank goodness.
エディはお医者さんではありません。
For clarification, we get the narrator. エディはご医者さんじゃありません。Eddie is not a doctor. Uh-oh. Now this is really reminding me of the Yugen play that I saw. Japanese people seem to really like these sorts of bokeh characters who get themselves into trouble for no good reason. Oh dear.
僕はたくさんお金を持っています。
僕はたくさんの金を持っています。I have a lot of money, he says, as if that is relevant.
それに僕の家は大きいです。
それに僕の家は大きいです。He goes, and my house is huge. Okay, Eddie.
高いズボンも持っています。
高いズボンも持っています。What is ズボン Pants? Pants? 高いズボンも持っています。I also have expensive pants. So this is what Eddie-san thinks of doctors, I guess. Lots of money, big house, and expensive pants. Choose the option that means expensive. 高い。
へえ、でも
でも he says, but
向こうに病気の人がいます。
expensive pants. I guess that's important somehow. The expensive pants. 向こうに病気の人がいます。There's someone who's sick. 向こうに in the area, I guess. There's someone who's sick here. Pants are nice, to be fair. I guess they're alright. Monkey's gone through phases. There are phases where I enjoyed wearing pants. There are phases where I did not enjoy wearing pants. They're alright. They have their place.
牛乳売り場の近くです。
牛乳売り場の近くです。So, the milk something in the area of the milk aisle, I guess? 売り場milk section. 牛乳売り場の近いです。
その人を助けてください。とても具合が悪そうです。
その人を助けてください。Please help this person. とても具合が悪そうです。I don't know what that means. 具合means looking sick が oh no, altogether 具合が悪そうです。具合 so maybe 具合 means sick 悪そう悪そう oh 具合が悪そう so 具合 probably is like condition が悪そう looks bad 具合 yeah 具合 is a condition or a state or health so 具合が悪いmeans bad state or bad health 悪い meaning bad and then you add so to say it looks like oh okay とても具合が悪そうです。The woman wants Eddie to buy some milk. Help a sick person. Okay. 大変だ。That's no good. That's extreme. Is maybe a direct translation. Or oh no.
エディは別の女の人を見かけます。そしてその人に話しかけます。
エディは oh no. I think I see where this is going, but I don't know how to feel about it. エディは別の女の人を迎えます。エディ turns to another woman. そしてその人に話しかけます。And then he addresses her.
すみません。お医者さんですか？助けてください。
すみません。お医者さんですか？助けてください。Excuse me, are you a doctor? Please help. Oh, Eddie san, you got yourself into this predicament. He is worried though. It does sound like a problem. What is Eddie doing? after he lied, he's trying to find a real doctor to help him. It's a long explanation, yes. Oh dear. Alright. Okay. Oh, 助けてください. Please help. たくさん. A lot. Supermarket. Pants. Sorry. Monkey auto-correcting again. I see pants and I say pantsu. I apologize. Pantsu is something else. Monkey. Monkey misspoke. Do not repeat monkey. It's zubon. Zubon. Oh dear. Gasp. My say-so ears. I'm sorry, Shatter. I'm sorry. Monkey is a bad influence on the say-so jester. I don't know why you put up with me. Yes, Tito, yes. Zubon. Yes. Oh, 持っています. Have. Okay. Okay. Nice. Oh, that was fun. And oh, we're only a few minutes over. Just a few. That's not so bad. Alright, let's get ourselves back to the comfy room for some goodbyes then. Ta-da! Oh, that was pretty fun. I do like this new story mode. It's really exciting. It's got a lot of appeal. Alright. And we did quite a lot today, actually. I'm impressed. But I guess with this, I should say, this meeting of the TST Club is now officially adjourned. Oh, hiccups. What a time to get hiccups. But thank you all so much for coming. I had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it too. What is today? Today was the Thursday stream, right? Thursday stream? So, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Arimas. Thanks for the stream now. Thank you for coming, Chito. The room without Ryder. Oh, Chito, I'm sorry you miss Ryder. He might be in the Discord still. I don't know, our Discord's pretty inactive. But if you miss him, he might be around. Thank you for the stream now. Always lovely to read stories and Duolingo with you. Aw, thank you, Shatter. Hashtag love Tianshi. Oh, thank you, Shatter. Thank you. It's always great to have you. Bye now. Bye, Chito. Thank you very much for the stream now. Thank you, Cuckoo. Thank you for coming. I'ma go to the Discord. Yeah, give it a try, Tito. I can't make any promises, but... Alright. I guess, this is it then. I'll see you all soon. Thank you again so much for coming. And, bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.